Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
Have I told you guys about when I worked at Ben & Jerry's for one day?
No.
I want to hear more.
Okay, so I was 16. I had just got my license, and it was summer, and my dad was like, you got to get a job. You're not going to sit around and be a piece of shit all summer. You got to go get a job. And so I just went around, applied everywhere I could find, eventually found a Ben & Jerry's that was near my house. And I was like, okay, this will be cool. I'll just serve people ice cream, whatever.
So
and
is this
I
a
went in.
storefront or like a factory job?
Oh, no, this was like the person who scoops your ice, like the front end person who's asking what kind of ice cream do you want. So it was that kind of position, just the scooper. And I went in there. I was going to fill out the job application, and an older woman who looked like a fucking hippie behind the counter was like, oh, you applying for a job? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, you seem like a really good guy. You seem like a good guy. Come on back. We'll talk about it. And I was like, all right. Didn't even have to fill this one out. And so walked back. The same day, just as that was happening, she was like, okay, well, just stick around for a while. You seem like a good fit here. You seem like a good fit. We'll have you stick around. How about you start making some waffle cones? So, like, 20 minutes after I walked into this fucking Ben & Jerry's, I was making waffle cones, and, like, I thought I had a job. And so I talked to my dad on the phone and was like, all right, Dad, I got a job at Ben & Jerry's. You know, I finally found one. Good for me. And I just kept making waffle cones for the next 6 hours at this place. They had me make waffle cones for, like, 6 hours. Like, I worked a full shift at this fucking Ben & Jerry's. I thought I was employed. And then, near the end of this situation, I was leaving, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll call you about it, definitely. And I was like, whoa, I just made waffle cones for 6 hours here. Like, I just served people. I did everything I need to do for this job, and you're telling me you'll call me about it? And they were like, yeah, we'll call you about it. Okay, we'll let you know. You know, you're definitely going to get it, though. You're definitely going to get it. As if it's some big deal. Scooping ice cream like you're going to make the cut. And so I went home, and I got the lady's number individually, and I called her back the next day. And I called her the day after. And I called her the day after. And eventually I drove back to that location because the theater was right near there, and I was going with some friends, so I figured I'd stop in and talk to this lady and ask, why the fuck haven't I been paid for the 6 hours of work I did for free making waffle cones for you? And why haven't you called me back telling me I have a job? And I pull near the Ben & Jerry's, and they're closed. They went out of business the day that they offered me a job.
I think you suck at making waffle cones.
Yeah, when she did call me back, it wasn't even like oh, we're sorry we misled you. It was like oh, yeah, you know, sometimes it doesn't go the way you want. And I was like, what? That's not an answer. This isn't
That's awful.
anything.
What a cunt.
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. Worked for 6 hours for free, didn't get any ice cream, and didn't get a job that summer. So
You didn't get any ice cream either.
No. They even the gentleman who alongside of her was teaching me how to make the waffle cones because it's so difficult, told me that I would get a free pint of ice cream per day. Per day, yes. And I got none.
They owe you a pint of... If anyone out there from Ben & Jerry's is listening, you owe Taylor a pint of fucking ice cream with interest. I don't know how you do that. Maybe that's a court
It's a gallon now.
6 pints.
All right, so you owe him 6 fucking pints of ice cream and at least $35 for his time. I don't know what minimum wage was 6 or 7 years ago, but you owe him at least that because you apparently employed our friend as slave labor at Ben & Jerry's.
I was taken like a fool. I thought, like, sitting there making those ice cream cones, I can remember being like, man, this lady is so cool. Like, I'm getting a job.
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
I've ever